We gotta go way back for this one. Here we go. Is it finally time?
It's finally time.
Who are you? Who? All right, that's the one I get.
Right. Mamiya's existence. What was Mamiya like in this world? Who was Mamiya Yumehisa?
Ooh, chapter 0.
Rio,
Oh, hey, hi. Hello.
you woke up. Finally. Sleep when we got home, okay?
Oh, no. Midori, what was I doing? I was sleeping?
Yeah. Were you tired because of the funeral?
No, I'm fine. Let's go home.
Okay, but there's someone else sleeping next to you.
I'm sorry, what?
He twisted his body to the other side. There he saw a man with messy sky blue hair.
Friend of yours?
Nope.
Is he breathing? I'll check his pulse.
The horizon suddenly became warped,
What is this deja vu?
he thought. He almost lost his balance as a wave of sensations came over him. A pain and a storm. A prayer and a call. Through the dizziness, he rolled up the man's drenched sleeve and touched his wrist. That was a good nap. Wait, huh? Who are you?
Duh. Doesn't matter and nobody.
The man didn't seem fully awake yet. He looked into the distance like there was nothing on his mind.
Why am I making Rio so gravelly today? I feel like Rio's voice is the one I can never lock in on. It kind of changes every time.
He had a simple look on his face, but there were hints of childishness in it,
I feel like I've seen him before.
Rio thought.
You an amnesiac or something?
I don't think I am. I don't know why I'm here, though.
Careful about that. There's a lot of that going around these days. Say 3 out of 4 teenage men get it. Why are you here?
Rio almost said that he felt the exact same way, but then he shook the idea out of his head. It didn't make any sense. Oh, wait, weren't you at the funeral?
What? You were at Natsume's funeral too?
Yes, but wait, how did I end up at the beach? Achoo! Why am I all wet? It's so cold.
Here, dry yourself.
A towel? Thank you, you're a nice person.
Smile and soft look in the man's eyes feels strangely nostalgic.
Rio thought.
I wouldn't say so.
Is this the same as from the other route, or is it different?
I don't know. This is already different because the other route is predicated on them knowing each other already.
But the other route also had them encounter each other on the beach at the beginning of it, did it not?
But I don't think it had this same kind of beginning to it. I don't think it... Did it? Maybe.
Pretty much the start was Midori and Rio on the beach, and they run into a strange man they don't know, and he's asleep and wet, and they give him a towel, and he dries off.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It lets us skip all this. You're right. That was the exact same.
Rio. I used the towel to thoroughly dry my still wet hair. This feels so weird. The waves crashing and waning reminded me of myself. I felt strange, as if I'd just come back here again. Right, I'll never meet Mamiya again, will I? Will I also die someday? What did it mean to die? Where did we go after death? It's so hard for me to get a sense of it.
Topeka, Kansas. Next question.
The world would soon end. I didn't know how much truth there was to it, but people on TV and the news made it out to be a big deal. You could even hear people discussing it in class. Yet none of us actually felt like the world was going to end. The days just go by without any change.
You're right, this does feel familiar again. I'd say I repented for my sins long ago. I even gave my flesh for it, but I guess that wasn't enough, huh?
And I still didn't know my purpose for being here.
Guess it makes sense. I can't atone and I'm still here. But if it'll make you feel any better, if it'll help me finally close the books on myself.
I'll blink one moment and the world will be over the next.
Sure. I'll always answer to you. Our MAMIYA.
It would be simple and anticlimactic, like the burst of a soap bubble.
Oh, the soap bubble imagery again. Wasn't that kind of the stand-in for Keito's non-visible MAMIYA?
I think so.
Right. Yay, intro. Oh, we skipped it. To be fair, that intro is very fun, but this will be the fourth time now. We're good.
The days back then were filled with light.
Let's see if it lets us skip this. Nope.
Hey, MAMIYA. The boy gathered up some snow, then threw it upwards, making it shine in the clear daylight. These were nice, fun winter days. But for some reason, the boy began to pout. I wish it fell slower.
Oh, and why is that?
There was a voice coming from seemingly nowhere.
We haven't gotten to do this voice again in a while. Yay!
That was strange, as the boy was the only one there. Despite that, he replied without any fear. Because I want to spin around in the snow as it falls.
Then you should just bring down the snow gathered higher up.
Oh, right. He reached for a branch just low enough to grab, pulled on it, and let go. As it sprung back, it released the snow gathered on it into the sky above. Wow! Wow, this is great! As the snow fell, the boy spun within it. Hey, look, the sun and the snow are together.
I can see. That's pretty, isn't it?
And it's all thanks to you. I love you, MAMIYA.
I love me too. What a coincidence.
The snow shone like gold.
I love you too, Keito. Why are these chapters named after like they are both the A and B side of a single?
What?
Why are these chapters named like they are both the A and B side of a single?
What do you mean?
Daybreak / After Dark. Sounds like a single you'd pick up. Suou, get it!
Okay.
How come every classmate sounds like that?
He poured strength into the hands holding the stick and extended his arms toward the ball. The moment the ball went into the net, he instantly passed it to the other attacker.
All right, leave it to me.
And so the attacker went on to score a clean goal.
Oh, they're playing they're playing soccer. I almost said football, and then I realized I'm American. Nice. Good job. Nice one, Suou.
Thanks. Man, am I thirsty.
Why not get something from them?
Huh? The teammate put his hand over his shoulder as he looked at a group of girls.
Aren't they after you?
Hey, it could just as easily be you, right? A few seconds after their eyes met, one of the girls seemed to gather her resolve and approached Suou.
Oh, Suou, the 15-year-old lady killer. Could you come with me for a moment?
Huh? Wow. After thoroughly inspecting each side of the letter he'd just received, he let out a strange sound. She said she likes me. Still not feeling like this was real, he hurried home. His heart was beating fast. This all felt strange.
Wait, Keito, you're already the protagonist of a generic shonen manga. What else do you want?
However, responding to people's affection was more difficult than he'd expected. I asked for some time to think. Was that the right move?
Man, I feel like in general, in adult life, yes, that is the right move. But if you're a kid giving another kid a love letter, you know what I mean? Then that, I feel like anything but immediate reciprocation kind of feels bad in that moment. Not that that's good.
I don't get it.
No? Did you ever have to navigate the dynamics? Because Suou was like, what, 15, right?
Mhm.
Of like trying to date other people in high school?
I did not.
Oh. Understandable then. I did. Then maybe I shouldn't be taking my own experiences as common then. Understood.
I mean, I'm sure they are. I just don't get what is it that would make it feel be different for a kid than for an adult.
Because the big reason is that for a kid this is likely one of your first forays into what romance feels like. And it's a very large feeling, right? Letting yourself open up to someone. And if they don't immediately reciprocate, it can feel like they don't understand the magnitude of what you were feeling and have dismissed it. As you get older, you kind of learn to realize that feeling for what it is, but it's why like teenage breakups tend to hurt much more and feel so dramatic and like it's the end of the world, because this is often your first time encountering that feeling. And you
Fair.
Yeah. Sorry, that's kind of what I was getting about in a roundabout way. And it's also why as you get older, it gets easier and easier to have those conversations with people. Anyway.
Maybe I should have answered right away? Man, I must look so lame right now. Groaning, he looked at the setting sun and kept on walking.
Here, I'm going to give you SK's foolproof solution to how to deal with a love letter. If someone gives you a love letter, no matter what it says, the correct response is to spin around 360 degrees and moonwalk out of that room.
Teacher.
Yes? Yes, you there in the front row.
What should I do if I get a hate letter?
If you get a hate letter?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
Turns out it's got the desired effect no matter what happens.
Should I do finger guns while moonwalking away?
The finger guns are not for the hate letter, I don't think. I feel like for the hate letter, you want to do it. Actually, you know what? No, you kind of want to do because the finger guns can come across as kind of like dismissive of the hate letter, right? So it could be kind of a show of power. Whereas if it is a love letter, then the finger guns can come across in a positive way. You're being like, I understand you. Either way, the moonwalk is the most important part. Test on Friday. Work on your footwork.
I'm so sleepy, though.
Aww. Welcome back. Would you like some caviar?
There should have been nobody at home, yet he was welcomed by a tall man. I'm in the mood for rice and meat today. Can you eat caviar on rice?
You mean not a Rodon, but a caviar-don? Always an interesting sort, aren't you? I don't get it. Is that it? Is there going to be a Japanese wordplay there that doesn't quite translate?
It's just going to be the names of different rice bowls.
Ah, that. Well, your parents entrusted you to me while they are gone.
The man chuckled as he put something into the fridge.
You don't mind if I hide the body in here, do you? It'll decompose more slowly that way. I'll leave the caviar right over here.
Huh? But what about the caviar don?
You said you wanted meat, so we'll be having a Hamburg steak today.
You mean you'll cook it for me yourself? Let me help.
Of course, let's mix it up together. Ah yes, Hamburg steak, fresh from Hamburg. Don't worry, I checked their passport and everything.
What's it made of?
Hamburg.
Hamburgers.
Hamburg. You're not beating the allegations, man. Whose meat do you think this is?
After going into the kitchen, Suou started mixing the minced meat, just as Samejima had ordered. A cow's?
A sheep's, a lamb's, to be precise. I made it more coarse than usual, so you should be able to taste the meat itself.
Sheep, so it'll taste something like Jingisukan. Do you know this one? Jinki Sukan. As Suou said that, he presented Samejima with the song and dance he saw on TV.
The year is 1999, so it's too early for me to call that a TikTok dance, but you have to know that's what I'm thinking inside, right? I don't, but that song gets the body moving.
As Suou continued to sing, Samejima moved as if joining Suou in dancing.
God, what are the hottest hits of 1999?
Tonight we're gonna party like it's...
Did that come out in 1999? I don't think it did.
It should have.
Okay,
that's what it's about. If there's 1 year to release a song about it, then it's that year.
The album I was just listening to came out that year, pretty sure. Right? I think Scenes from a Memory came out that year. Yeah, it totally did. There. Now in my headcanon, Suou Keito is headbanging to Dream Theater. Lock everything up when you go to sleep. Don't forget the chain on the door. And if someone comes, check who it is while the chain is still on. And remember, when it comes to the chain, damn their love and damn their lies.
You don't need to worry that much. I'm not a child anymore.
Oh, my bad. You still give off a youthful impression despite your gigantic size.
Hey, that's uncalled for. After seeing Samejima off, Suou let out a sigh. Tomorrow I'll eat what Mom left me, as well as the caviar Mr. Samejima brought. Oh yeah, and I also need to think of an answer to that confession. There's so many things to do tomorrow. I'm so blessed and fulfilled, and yet... It felt like there was a hole in his balloon of satisfaction. Every time it was filled, the air would just escape. Right. I'll read a book.
All right, what's Suou Keito reading?
He took out Sky Blueprints, a children's book that he adored, and read it in his room.
Careful with that one. It'll suck your life away for a couple 100 hours at least. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
It was a story about a prince in a land of night whose people didn't know the color of the sky. So the prince went off on a journey to find a blue sky for them. Stories you loved would never become dull, no matter how much time passed. It's so nice. He wished that he could be like the prince and go out searching for the blue of the sky for someone dear to him. Maybe I could be like this too one day. It's like you're looking for the bluebird of happiness, without realizing that you already have the sky blue hue you're looking for.
Oh, that's why he's sky blue. Okay, that makes a little on the nose, but I like it.
Late at night, soft, bare feet were sliding on the flooring. He moved unsteadily without being able to maintain his balance. After that, there was the loud sound of a door being unlocked. Why does he always let himself get taken at night? The night was both a reliable friend and a devil that invited curiosity. He was searching for something, but didn't know what it was. It must have been something that could stimulate him. Something that could never be found where the sun shone. Something one would call a mystery of this world. He just wanted to find it and know. To know it and become special. Weird. I went to bed early, but I still haven't slept enough.
I wonder if sleepwalking actually does make you, impact your restfulness. I'm sure it must, but I don't think I could say that with confidence. You know what I mean? What if they did studies on it and it turns out sleepwalking actually gives you better rest? I can't say that for certain, right?
He took his legs from under the sheets, revealing them to be very dirty.
You're getting exercise while you sleep. Your legs are going to be stronger than they would be otherwise.
Finding that odd, he warmed up some food as he cleaned them up in the shower. Hey, Mamiya.
Hello. Good morning, Keito. Why do you look so sleepy?
Well, my feet were dirty when I woke up. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, you don't remember? We were running barefooted from terrifying cowboys in a wasteland.
Huh? And did we make it?
We did. We clung to a cactus, and though it hurt, it then grew all the way to the sky, letting us rest on the clouds.
Ha! I see. So my dirty feet were proof that I did my best to run.
Indeed. Anyway, we won't make it in time unless we leave right the heck now.
Oh, you're right. Let's go. I'll fill in my dream diary once we're back. The gall to say that. Suou Keito is a sleepwalker, and the dirt on his feet was from walking around barefooted. Did this invisible Mamiya keep Suou Keito trapped in illusions while acting like everything happened in his dreams? Unlike other Mamiyas, this one had been with Suou Keito since his youth. This Mamiya has you trapped, and you're chasing dreams. Who are you exactly? Every day was fun. I'm sorry, but I still don't know much about you, so we can't date.
I see.
But I do want to know you more. Would you mind if we started off as friends?
That's a surprisingly mature response to that, actually. Suou, how'd it go with the girl? Are you dating?
No, I turned her down. I felt like it'd be rude to accept when I'm so busy with my studies and club activities.
I see. Well, I guess that's fine as long as you settle it peacefully. Anyway, show me your notes for Japanese class.
So that's what you were after.
Damn right.
Peaceful, balanced days. I'm so sleepy.
Hey, we got gym next, buddy. You gotta keep it together.
Peace was boring. The sea of the year 1999 or 2012, no way to tell which, was calm.
Yep. Those two exchanged letters.
Yep.
Yep.
I got a letter.
And that letter makes him feel very different than a love confession, doesn't it?
The older boy he had a strange bond with had helped him at the beach and was generally nice to him. That truth was more than enough to elate Suou Keito. Wow, what a pretty butterfly.
Is this a love letter?
Below a power pole, he saw the withered remains of a beautifully colored butterfly. It's already dead, I think. Its wings are damaged. As compassion welled up within him, he couldn't keep himself from taking action. I'll take it home. And I'll show it to Ryo and Midori the next time we meet.
Hey, Ryo and Midori, want to see a decomposing bug?
Yeah!
Midori, what? Oh, is that a field guide?
I borrowed it from the library. I want to know what species this butterfly is.
It's a Chinese windmill. Did you catch it yourself?
I found it dead on my way home, and I felt like I should at least make it pretty.
Also, Samejima just cold reading butterfly patterns. A man can have hobbies. She wants to turn it into a preserved specimen. I liked insect pins, so I made them fairly often.
The specimens can be so pretty. You must know a lot about butterflies, huh?
Yes, that's why I got into pinning insects.
Their conversation is oddly creepy. I want to store things that are pretty. That way I can keep them safe and always remember them. Their shapes, I mean.
Oh yes, I totally forget that. Preserved specimen are a medium in which you can trap time itself.
Also, this field guide has lots of other butterflies too. This one, for example. Isn't it pretty? Have you ever seen it?
No, the colorful ones mostly live in countries further to the south, don't they?
Oh yeah, it says here that these don't live in Japan.
I did catch an old world swallowtail once.
Huh? It's pretty, but kind of normal.
They wouldn't fit this land if they weren't. They're also adapting to the rules of nature.
The natural world is harsh, huh?
As is the world of men.
The butterfly effect? The butterfly effect.
Jesus Christ, right, you're still here. Yeah, you silly goose. The idea that a flap of a butterfly's wings can change the future. It's a popular theory now, isn't it?
I poked the butterfly sample glass with my gloved hand. I've heard about it, yes.
But here's the thing. I ad-libbed that one, so no, here's the thing, you silly goose. In this line of work, a butterfly's flap won't change the ending. You're wondering, then how can I actually change the ending, aren't you? I could tell by your face. Oh, to put it simply, you need a butterfly flap that's actually decisive.
A decisive flap?
The cause and effect of life. People who do bad things will have bad things happen to them. It's karma, basically.
So, if we do something to avoid the karmic relation with death, the characters won't have to die?
Ah, there you go, sport. I wouldn't deal with someone like you if it wasn't my job. I am only here because my boss told me to be. Anyway, thanks Nodome for showing up. See you at the cast party.
Oh? Neither Rio nor Midori are here. They told him they'd be here today as well, yet the seaside park was completely devoid of people. The small sample box in his school bag made a lonely sound as it moved. I guess I got excited all on my own. What do you think, Mamiya? Should I wait a bit more?
I guess they had something to do. You can always come back tomorrow.
That's true. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Does Suou Keito feel like he needs other people to validate the excitement he finds? Because he has plenty of interesting things happen, like finding and preserving a butterfly. That's cool and neat. Does he just want to show it off, or like it seems like he's not happy unless he can show it off.
Does it?
I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense.
The boy and the invisible man looked beyond the sea.
Yeah, you'll see them. So let's head on back. The croquettes at the shopping district should be pretty cheap today.
Croquettes? Wow, I was just in the mood for them. Let's grab some on our way home.
You got it, pal.
Haha, I love croquettes.
Hey, where are your manners? Your mom will scold you.
My parents aren't here, so it doesn't matter. You should eat some too.
I don't need any. Now eat up before they get cold.
Invisible people can't even eat? You mean you don't even know how good this tastes?
I may not be able to eat now, but in dreams I can enjoy whatever feast I'd ever want.
Haha. Croquettes are nice, but I guess food there is fancy and fun too.
Are croquettes really that good? I'd like to try them as well and know what that taste is like.
Mamiya, it's okay. I'm here.
Keito?
I'll write in my dream diary and put down the taste of everything I ate.
Okay. So, Suou Keito's Mamiya is explicitly related to how Keito experiences his dreams.
I'll keep on writing it, okay?
Thank you. I wonder if his Mamiya is something then that kind of grew out of him constantly writing down all of his dreams.
Maybe.
Yeah. Like it doesn't necessarily even have to be anything sinister or instilled in him, just a figure came, by recording all of his dreams in over and over, like a figure kind of naturally arose out of that, from this culmination of experience and such. But I don't know that makes sense, but it made sense in my head and vibes wise, so we're gonna go with it.
A meeting on an afternoon moon is
A meeting on an afternoon moon?
Using the writer's name as a hint, Keito looked at every book on the shelf from one side to another. This morning, he'd learned that his beloved Prince of the Land of Night had a sequel, and he'd come to the library to find it.
Did Osamu write that one?
I think so. Looking around in the children's literature section with his height made him stand out quite a bit.
Whoa.
Ah. Just as he was about to take a book, he touched a man's hand. I'm sorry, I got a bit carried away while looking for a book. It was almost like the stereotypical beginning of a romance, which made him feel kind of embarrassed.
Hey, I'm at fault too. Here's your book.
You'll let me have it? I just recently found out that there's a sequel to Prince of the Land of Night.
Are we betting that this is Osamu?
Could be.
Yeah.
Do you like that one? Yes, it's been very important to me ever since I was a little boy. That's so. Same here, actually. Really? Wow, I'm so happy to meet someone who likes the same book. Happy, huh? Someone who's been affected by the same book as you will either be your closest friend or your worst enemy.
I mean, I feel like you're not wrong.
Huh? And I wonder, which one are you?
Yeah.
Good call. That smile gave Keito a strange sense of déjà vu.
My evidence? The Bible. Hot take alert. Hot take alarm start going.
Forget I said anything. Go ahead and check out your book. If I may say, I'm happy to meet people who like the same things I do, especially if it's a story. Why? I think that books and stories are just like people. Your favorite story may have a bigger impact on you than your friends and acquaintances.
Well, if that doesn't laser target some of the people who watch this channel, I don't know.
And I believe that I can get along with a friend of a friend. Ha. That's so... Well, yeah, that's the kind of guy you are. When a story is read, it instantly belongs to the reader. But people, friends, aren't like that, are they? What do you...
Meanwhile, this small child is tugging on their mother's skirt.
Mommy, I just wanted to get out Ramona Quimby age 8.
MAMIYA doesn't belong to you. The birds outside took off all at once. A silent, shrill wind blew by. Huh? A phrase that seemed inconsequential. A scene that didn't stand out in any way. And yet, every single piece of dust flying about seemed to do it in slow motion. Many questions danced in his head, but he understood one thing clearly. This man harbored immense malice toward him. In the extension of this daily life, unchanging and boring, it was now a gust of damp, rotten air that could start a storm.
Osamu can't stand to see someone being happy, Osamu. Arasugawa, right. We know.
What do you mean by that? Next thing he knew, the man was gone.
God, I've been coming here like every day for the past month waiting for that opportunity.
Excuse me? Hey! Why do you know about MAMIYA?
Psst. Please be quiet, young man. This is a library.
He'd raised his voice as the man gradually vanished into the distance. Hey, who are you? MAMIYA, what's this about? Hey MAMIYA, you can hear me, right? Don't just stay silent. You're invisible, so I can't even tell if you're here unless you talk.
Sorry, I am right here.
So, what's that about? Do you know him?
Have you been seeing other dream men?
Don't just stay silent.
Don't worry though, I am still your MAMIYA. I'll always be your ally, Keito.
You don't get what I'm talking about. I mean the fact that you have friends too. I was worried, you know. You're invisible, so I thought you might not have had any friends beside me. Don't you ever feel lonely?
I don't, and I have you to thank for that.
That's good then. Good night, MAMIYA.
Good night, Keito. I don't feel lonely. This is the path I have chosen.
Despite what MAMIYA had said, the clouds that had gathered upon Keito's heart after he met the man in the library had yet to disperse. It was the first time he'd been met with hostility that made his chest tighten and rendered him unable to breathe. What did I even do? I want to become special as soon as possible. He held his cherished specimen to calm himself down and soon fell asleep. Ah, Keito, come here. Hey there, Midori.
There's something you should see.
I also got something I want you to see. I wonder what yours is. Hiding the sample behind him, he followed them. It must have been more dramatic to leave the fun stuff for last. Keito, look, a butterfly! In Kikuchi Midori's plastic bag, there was a colorful butterfly, unlike any he had seen in the field guide. Ah! Wow, it's so pretty! Keito's heart began to ache. I've never seen anything like this. We should figure out its species and... Yeah, it's pretty. Bye-bye! Huh? Midori opened the bag, allowing the butterfly to flutter away. Why did you do that? That was a butterfly like no other. It was pretty, so I just wanted to show it to you. But if it's pretty, why not keep it? Huh? While Suou Keito stood there frozen in confusion, Kikuchi Ryo gave him a tap on the shoulder.
That's just how she is. She doesn't get attached to anything in nature.
But why? That was a rare butterfly that hasn't been found in Japan before. It may have even been a new species.
She does it all the time.
Is that why she doesn't get attached to anything?
Yeah.
Unable to swallow the word, he kept savoring it in his mouth over and over again.
By the way, what'd you want to show us?
Huh? It's nothing. Forget about it.
The thing is, Midori still would have found it really cool.
Soon after, the three followed the way home. The shadows they cast in the evening sun fell over Suou. What a strong light, he thought. It must be nice.
Suou, why are you standing so far back to be in my shadow? I'm really tiny, so the fact that you're in my shadow means you're very far behind.
I think? I actually don't know how that works. I'll be going now.
Good job today. Be careful on your way home.
You're not the boss of me, but alright. Alright, this is where he runs into Suou Keito sleepwalking.
Yep.
Vampire, knows vampire. Gross.
Oh no, what do I do? As a drizzle hit the classroom windows, a cloud of uncertainty fell upon his heart. He couldn't forget the look on Ryo's face from that morning, full of anger and shock. Suou wondered if his anger had anything to do with his dirty feet. It's not just in a dream. I caused trouble for him in reality, too. The rain continued even after classes had ended. Suou put up a blue umbrella and went to the sea. A depressive black rain intensely battered the surface of the sea. There's no one here, huh? He went to the sea whether it was rainy or windy, but no matter how often he came, Ryo and Midori were never there. Ugh, man, did I really make him hate me? If only I had a letter from you. That's all it would take to calm me down. He'd rewritten his response many times since that day, and the newest version had become all damp from the moisture. Kikuchi Ryo's letters put Suou Keito into a strange emotional state. It was like smelling the scent of a blanket he'd often used when he was little. It felt as though it brought him to a place safer than any other in the world, completely untouchable. I don't think I could convey this to you, even if you appeared before me right here and now. The words that escape my mouth feel shallow and incomplete. They only convey about half of what I want to say. I'll continue writing so I can one day show it to you, even if that day never comes.
You have a letter.
Samejima suddenly appeared at the door to Suou's house and gave him an envelope.
Hello. I can teleport in whenever I want to now. It's for you, from Kikuchi Ryo.
Well, why do you have a letter from him?
House arrest. Go read the other route if you'd like to know. Well, I've done everything I need to. Later.
Why? I went to the sea so many times and never once saw him. Why do you... Where is he now?
Under house arrest.
Was he involved in something bad?
That, I'm afraid, is confidential.
Please let me see him. I need to apologize to him.
In that case, write him a letter. Worry not, I will take it to him. Only because I believe it will cause him emotional distress to actually deliver it.
Keito quickly went back in and opened the envelope. This was his long-awaited letter from Kikuchi Ryo. That, coupled with the oddly ominous aura about this whole situation, made him rub his light blue hair before he started reading.
Suou, thanks for the letter. The stuff you wrote helped me cheer up a bit.
He's not mad?
I have a request for you. I want you to check if Midori is all right.
Huh?
I'm not with her right now. I can't even go to check on her. I know that you probably have your own stuff to worry about, but still, you are the only one I can ask. Please, I'm counting on you. Once this is over, let's go get some donuts, all three of us.
So that's why he didn't come to the sea. So he didn't grow to hate me.
So it's fine for me to lick his nose fluids.
I should help him. I'll go find Midori. I'll help them both. Excuse me, did Kikuchi Midori come to school? Suou left school early and went to the elementary school Ryo mentioned in the letter. He felt keenly the desperation coming from the request to see if Midori was actually going to school.
A student, do you have business with our school?
I got worried when I heard she was sick, so I came over to check up on her.
Hot tip. If you're trying to find a kid and it's not for a nefarious reason, do not go to their school and start asking about them. Take a moment, sit back, and think about what that looks like for a moment, and then go make some different decisions.
Sick, but that's,
Ah, Keito! Suou had no trouble finding Kikuchi Midori. Midori, you're going to school as normal?
She took a few days off, but she's doing fine now.
What's up, Keito? Ryo was so worried about you. I thought something might have happened.
Right, because remember at this point, the last thing she saw was Ryo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midori? Oh, I'm fine without Ryo. I have Osamu.
Oh no!
Osamu? That unfamiliar name put Keito on edge. Is it someone Ryo knows? Yeah, Ryo knows him too. Choosing his words carefully, Keito looked into the girl's eyes.
You shouldn't worry. Her new guardian is doing a proper job.
New guardian? Midori and the teachers seemed to trust this Osamu, but Keito was worried there might have been some ulterior motives at work here.
Yeah, he's really storied as a parent. He basically wrote the book on parroting.
I'm running out. Help me out here.
If that was the case, I'd be unable to look Ryo in the eye. Keito? Midori, please introduce me to this Osamu. Osamu, I'm home! Hey, a friend wants to meet you. Keito, come in. Okay. Having been granted permission to enter, Keito took off his shoes, only to hear a different voice. Remember what I told you, Midori? You should call me Uncle Ah, welcome to my place. You're from the library, so you're Osamu?
My name's on the book, kid. What'd you expect?
Yeah, were you two already friends? Wow!
Midori and her one little upright hair.
With Osamu and his, 12?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It makes sense.
That makes sense.
It makes sense. Cowlicks are genetic, apparently.
Slow down, Midori. He and I aren't. Don't be like that, Keito. Anyway, I can't have you standing while talking. Come in for some tea. He was led into a living room full of books. Kikuchi Midori was glued to an evening anime.
What anime is she watching?
I don't know.
The other side has become overcrowded. The dead will have nowhere to go. That was 99, right?
Was it? I don't recall.
I feel like maybe it was earlier 90s. I feel like that was a 90s one.
I need to rewatch Serial Experiments later.
God, so do I. Man, things I want to do.
You got questions, right? I'll happily answer them all. Are you really Midori's guardian? I am. I had to take her in due to some circumstances at her home. I used to be close to the Kikuchis, so it's a little act of friendship on my part.
Is it an act of friendship, or is it because you're her biological dad and you have to take her in legally? Used to be close to the Kikuchis. That's one way of putting it, man.
Where's Rio now? Is he all right? How much do you know about him, anyway? Huh? Did you know that he was subjected to domestic violence basically every day? Huh? Huh? Keito's vision darkened. Anyway, I'll just tell you that he's safer than he'd be in his home. I see. All right, it's my turn to ask a question. Did you finish reading A Meeting on an Afternoon Moon? The sequel to Prince of the Land of Night? I finished and returned it. How was it? So-so. I enjoyed it. Relax. No one else is listening. You can be honest with me. Just say that it was boring as shit. It was so mediocre, I had a hard time believing it was the sequel to a masterpiece like Prince of the Land of Night. If I knew it was going to ruin my memories of the original, I would have preferred if the sequel never came out. I simply set my expectations too high. I don't share your opinion. We do share many acquaintances, though. How do you know Mamiya? And finally, you ask. He made a brief chuckle before giving Keito a book. What is this? My book. Huh? You're a writer? Excited, Keito looked at the name of the book's author, Arisugawa Osamu. When he saw the title, it sent a chill down his spine. It's Mamiya. You get it now, Suou Keito? Why do you know my name too? Mamiya isn't yours. Mamiya belongs to everyone. What do you mean by that? You'll get it when you read it. Kikuchi Midori had grown tired from the excitement of the anime and was on the verge of falling asleep.
Osamu, I want to get on the internet.
The setting winter sun shining through the window lent the room a reddish tint. The annoying thing about sequels is that they present you with a result different from the aftertaste you got from the original. The more you're invested in and love the first entry, the more disappointed you are by the follow-up.
Huh.
There's nothing sadder than the author himself killing the space left for the reader's fantasy.
I do understand this point of view, like where you get so invested in the story and your own little things you've created around it that when the next installment does come out, it doesn't feel as good because you've created this rich world based off of it for yourself, right? And now that's different.
I've also had works where I don't do that at all, and it's just I always enjoy what comes next, but I do kind of get that.
Arisugawa Osamu really said, keep starting works you don't finish to leave more space for AO3 to fanfic about it.
Your works don't belong to you, they belong to AO3.
I never mess up like that. I'll crush everything that gets in the way of my work. His cold glare made Keito gulp. You should leave now, it's dinner time. Please, tell me more. The hand put up before his eyes cut his words short. Sorry, I'm only interested in my readers. What was that about? What is he to MAMIYA? Wait, so he's an author? Why did he use this title? He talked big, but it's probably nothing much.
Is this the route where the author's reacting to people's reactions to the first 2 chapters?
It's so late. I still haven't bathed or eaten. This book was so good.
Sad face. This book was so good. Ugh. Heartbreaking. Worst person you know just recommended a legitimately good book.
Keito fixed his gaze on the cover of the book he had just finished. The MAMIYA in this story was definitely my MAMIYA too.
So, Suou Keito read MAMIYA, decided that that was the reason, decided that that must be what, then took that idea from Suou Keito's, from Arisugawa's MAMIYA, and anthropomorphized it into, or gave that name to this being that was emerging from recording all of his dreams or something like that.
And then forgot about it.
And then forgot about it because, and you're a kid, you forget a lot of shit. I forget a lot of shit. I don't know what I had for breakfast.
I know what you had for breakfast.
What I had for breakfast?
You had a breakfast sandwich.
Oh shit, I made breakfast sandwiches today.
You did.
They were delicious. But I straight up forgot that.
The words at the end of the book left an especially strong impression. They went, if you also had a MAMIYA by your side, do let me know about them in secret. Only those who knew MAMIYA could sniff this out, but this was a code, a desperate desire. That he was hell-bent on identifying MAMIYA. What's this about, MAMIYA? Can you be seen by people other than me and Mr. Arisugawa? How many of us are there? Are you some sort of fragment of a greater whole? In that case, where's the original? With every new question voiced, Keito came closer and closer to the truth he'd been avoiding. Is it the MAMIYA that Mr. Arisugawa wrote about? Is that my friend's original? Suou Keito's MAMIYA failed to even answer that much. Hard-boiled Wonderland!
Yay! Do love me some Murakami. God, when is that sequel is supposed to be coming out soon? I am the black goat that delivers the mail. Did you write a letter?
The black goat of 1,000 young and one letter carrier.
Satoru is a shit, but he's got a great sense of humor. Bestow upon me my burden.
No, I couldn't. That was no lie. He was unable to write anything because his mind was full of Arisugawa Osamu's writing.
Every UPS worker who drops off a package and needs to ask for a signature should be allowed to say that.
He didn't know why, but he found himself comparing his own letters to that man's text and ending up disappointed. It made him feel as though he didn't have any words that could reach Kikuchi Ryo.
God, I do feel that as well. Like, the moment you've read something life-changing and realizing that what you create can't match up to that, and having this very aware, like, becoming very aware for the first time of how much power there can be in written word, and how much you lack that ability to make those meanings come out. But you then take that feeling and practice and work on it more and see it more as a, wow, this is what I can aspire to. You don't take it as a, I can never be good. Suou Keito, looking at you. I see. I will be on my way then. Meh.
Mr. Samejima, you know where Ryo is, right?
I am not Samejima. I am the goat that delivers letters, and I will not tell you.
I recently met a man called Arisugawa.
Pardon me?
Does he have something to do with the fact that Ryo's missing?
Wait a moment.
What's your relationship with Mr. Arisugawa?
Hold on. You met Arisugawa? You.
Yes?
Are you hurt?
I can't say I am.
That's good. Consider me relieved.
Please don't leave. Keito's large hand grabbed Samejima by the suit. I'm asking you for something. If you know something, I want you to tell me about it. Or will you betray me?
You do realize that you've created a false dichotomy here, right?
I'm good at that.
I never intended to.
You're a police officer betraying a citizen.
What? That's not how that works. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but that's not how that works.
A long silence fell over them.
Just going up to a comment. You're a police officer betraying a citizen. That'll work. That'll work for sure.
After a few excruciating moments, the air began to move.
Would you like to meet with him then? With Kikuchi Ryo, I mean.
Can I? Where is he now?
How about you have your reunion at the amusement park?
So it'd be you, Ryo, and me?
+1. Yes, although there may be others.
I want to go. I want to see Ryo.
We'll go there this weekend then. I will provide the tickets.
Okay.
Are you satisfied now? Have I remained as someone you could put faith in?
Of course. Thank you so much.
You are always so unfair.
I'm getting tense. Will I really get to meet Ryo? Ah! Ryo!
Huh? Suou, whoa.
I was worried sick. I'm glad you're okay. I really am.
Me too, man. Let's fast forward through this scene, though. Letters.
Looking around, all Suou saw was his own reflection in the mirrors.
Right, and then this is where Samejima kind of takes Ryo aside.
And pieces out.
And like,
save the world.
Ferris wheels are boring. Let's get on the merry-go-round, shall we? You're down, right, Suou Keito? Carrying the still asleep Midori, he smiled through his glasses. The smile was reflected by the mirrors many times over. The merry-go-round continued to spin as cheerful music played. Suou usually loved riding the white horse here, but he really didn't want to get on it right now. I read your book. That's so? And how was it? It was very good. Although that's my MAMIYA, it's also everyone else's MAMIYA. That doesn't go against what you said, right? Right, exactly. There's no way you could remember what happened in 2003. What do you mean? What are you trying to say, Arisugawa Osamu? I mean, how can you even say that? I mean, it's 1999 now, isn't it? That's why what I'll tell you now will be the future for you.
Leave it to Osamu to be like, oh, timey-wimey fuckery? Don't worry, I can use this to traumatize children.
Tell me, Mamiya Yumehisa, why does Arisugawa Osamu know that the space-time has been doubled?
Because I told him. Duh. Have you forgotten, Spectator? In 1999, I vanished at the end of December. It's December 1999 now.
Arisugawa can meet Mamiya.
Why aren't Arisugawa Osamu and Samejima Satoru from 2012 here?
That's simple, because they can't meet Mamiya. It's all because of that blending you did, Spectator. I won't let you complain about anything that happens on this doubled star.
My future? Oh, my head. Have you finally remembered? Did you notice the distortion in this place? Excellent. Now do some heavy thinking, Suou Keito. Use your imagination to its fullest.
You need to imagine for this entire scene that Midori is asleep over Osamu's shoulder, right? He's still being a good parent. Like, he's just like, shh, and do it quietly, because if you wake up Midori, I'm not going to forgive you.
And use it to remember what happened in 2003. 2003? You're 19, you grew up into a cheerful young man. Use the imagination you're so proud of to envision yourself like that.
Boop, 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 doop, boop, boop, doop, boop, boop, boop. Is this going to be the same chapter? Because I don't want to reread this.
One way to find out. 4 years ago in 1999, the strange sea he saw in a nice dream at the end of December vanished like foam. I don't remember much of what happened back then. I was too shocked by the disappearance of a dear friend. I feel like that was a rite of passage for me. I now want to become an adult who can do anything to protect the futures of other people.
And maybe grow a mullet.
I'm working on it already, you see. His life no longer filled him with an insatiable thirst. He'd finally found a way to reach a compromise with fantasy, to interact with dream-filled stories written by others. At some point, it had become a habit for him to read children's books. There was ample amounts of distance between him and the fantasies of people he had no ties to. They also enriched his everyday life in pleasant ways. A popular new children's book? Normally, the children's book section was unremarkable, but now there was a large pop-up advertising a new work. A new Arisugawa book? Wow, that takes me back. I used to read his stuff all the time a few years ago. And the name is...
Congratulations, Mr. Arisugawa. This is bound to get multiple printings.
Right? Oh, that's good to know. In 2000, he was unable to write anything, no matter how hard he tried. But that changed after he devoured Mamiya's flesh. As long as they possess the desire to change, people can become anything. You just gotta have the resolve to discard the personality you built up over the years. We ate the flesh and changed the course of fate.
I don't know why you're telling me this, but I'm glad to hear it.
No one can tell whether I was better before or now, and I myself have no choice but to be satisfied with what's actually there. Mamiya, I took your fantasy and birthed a Mamiya of my own. I left the Mamiya I loved in the past. To me, you're the story you left. That is all. We
received many letters from our readers. Message you left at the end, one asking if they knew Mamiya was very effective.
People enjoy talking about themselves. The reason they like reading in the first place is because they want to know themselves through the eyes of another. Some mentioned having imaginary friends when they were little. Others claimed they purposefully created fantastical entities. All in all, there was a lot of variety in the things being sent to them. That's all well and good. Anything they read belongs to the readers the moment they take it in hand. He chuckled, clearly satisfied. Mamiya was a shared illusion. It didn't have to belong to Arisugawa alone. Nothing would be better than it becoming common knowledge, acknowledged by all. Who's that gonna be?
I don't know. Welcome back, Osamu. Welcome back, Osamu.
I'm back, Mamiya. Arisugawa sat down on the sofa and was approached by 4 silhouettes, all accompanied by the smell of lotus flowers. You're eating this kind of thing again? You should probably start watching your nutrition. Shut up. I look up to someone who ate whatever he wanted and died a peaceful death. I don't remember which one of us was this Mamiya. Probably.
I think you were, because I was.
So, how did the horse races turn out? You got the paper? Show me the results. You didn't even place a bet. Fine here.
Because I was also Toma. Were you this one?
Was I? I guess. It's a new moon tonight, Osamu. Plenty of stars to see in the sky. I guess I'll look at them while having a smoke.
Anyway, let's get to the point. How did your book turn out?
It's getting a second print.
Oh,
That's great.
nice.
It really is, huh? I'll have to thank the editor. Arisugawa hadn't given up on the ambition he'd failed to achieve in 2000. After the commune in the house with a view of Tokyo Tower was disbanded, he secretly continued to experiment. He wanted to write a story about Mamiya, and to that end, he studied everything about Mamiya and fantasy. And so he would be able to perceive the Mamiyas of those who lived in that house. They appeared before him as so-called tulpas. It was easy after I accepted that it's all fantasy and illusions. Spending a month practicing to see things that aren't there is easier than writing a book.
That is a very fascinating thing to say. Arisugawa Osamu. Although, doesn't that also feel like by doing that you've kind of, like you said, by admitting that they're all illusions, he's now become able to see them, but also given up on the idea that Mamiya had been a real entity. Right? There's that compromise there.
I don't care that I can't go back to what I was before. I've been crazy ever since the day I ate Mamiya's flesh.
As long as you're satisfied.
Smile, Mamiya. I'm here trying to fulfill our desire, the very one you want to see fulfilled. We want to share Mamiya. Instead of seeing just a single one, we'd rather split them among everyone else. The thing we've been aiming for since the year 2000 is a shared illusion. And you need to be at the heart of the era.
If that's what you desire, we'll play along. Memes and the viral spreading of information will rule the world. We'll take the beginning of the shared illusion, just as we did the name.
Plagiarism?
We received a pretty strange fan letter. Well, I believe you should take a look just in case.
The sender was Suou Keito. Huh? No way! This book is all about Mamiya. Keito was more surprised than he ever had been in the last few years. The popular work he'd picked up on a whim was about the friend he had since childhood. If you also had a Mamiya by your side, do let me know about them in secret. The line in the afterword and the editor's address made his eyes swirl. How do you write letters again? I hope I'm not writing anything rude. I wouldn't want to make them feel too bad.
Suou Keito in the year 2000. How do you write letters? Oh, God. Did you know you could just write letters and send them to people? All you need is an envelope and a stamp. And then, get this. A federal worker will come and then give that to the person you addressed it to. Isn't that neat? That's so cool, right?
And the fact that someone knew Mamiya filled Keito's heart with gratitude. I don't care if he never reads it, I just want to express my gratitude. He felt like a forgotten craving had just been reignited within him. Thank you, Mr. Arisugawa, for writing about Mamiya. Putting his emotions on paper, Keito soon lost himself in the letter.
Thank you for writing about Mamiya. Yada yada yada. I'm suing for plagiarism.
Apparently.
He poured more strength into his hand as he held the clean, faint blue paper.
Blue paper? Suou Keito, you can't color coordinate everything you own to your hair.
I see. I know Mamiya too, because Mamiya is mine. The letter from Suou Keito began with those words. The Mamiya that he went on to describe was nothing like the imaginary friends the other readers conveniently referred to. Arisugawa was certain about one thing. He definitely met our Mamiya. I'll write you a response. Let's meet and have a talk, Suou Keito. Hello, Mr. Arisugawa. It's an honor to meet you. The person who appeared at their meeting spot was a man far younger and burlier than he had expected. I brought some of my favorite books of yours. Would you mind signing them for me? Sure, no problem. Thank you. That makes me really happy. So, what did you mean by Mamiya is mine? This was something Osamu had anticipated before the book was published. He fully expected to find others capable of seeing Mamiya, people other than the four who'd gathered in that strange house in 1999. It had just simply happened that they were the ones being led there to Tokyo Tower. Sorry. The Mamiya in the book was my Mamiya too, but I felt like he was just a component. Osamu felt as though he'd had this conversation in a rainy cafe once. Listen, that's exactly what Mamiya is. Really? Mamiya has various factors depending on who's watching. I know other Mamiyas myself. Wow, I had no idea. The fact that he was moved by there being other Mamiyas made Osamu continue with the assumption that he wasn't greedy about this. So, Suou, what was your Mamiya like? Well, my Mamiya was invisible. No? He was a nice, invisible man that I could only ever hear but never see. I guess that can happen, huh? Osamu thought as he rubbed his chin. That's what I believed until recently, anyway. But looking back, it was different in the past. The past? When I was very little, before I started going to school, I could actually see him. Osamu had a bad feeling about this. As I got older, I would only be able to hear him and began treating him like an invisible person. Reading your book made me feel like that wasn't so nice of me. I see. Cold sweat trickled down his cheeks. Wait, how old are you now? I'm 19. When you were little, around 5 years old, did you see Mamiya then? Yes, though I might have started seeing him even earlier than that.
So when he was 5. So 1989.
This really takes me back. We used to play so much back then.
1989.
Something was wrong. Something was very, very, very wrong. If what Keito was saying was true, it would mean that he'd met Mamiya in 1989.
Sorry. Why do I bother?
There were some gaps in the times the four in the house had met Mamiya. However, this was someone who'd known Mamiya for about a decade. The time scale was entirely different compared to the Mamiya stories of the other four. What are you saying, Suou Keito? What is this about, Mamiya?
Oh, you're curious. You want to know? Then keep watching, spectator.
Mamiya Yumehisa gently put his hand on Suou Keito's shoulder.
Even sitting down, Suou Keito is still mostly in the frame. So, this was your invisible man the whole time, huh?
Mamiya is an imaginary friend that I created.
Yeah.
I won't break you, I swear. That winter day when they touched the soap bubbles.
Just remember it. That's all you have to do. Christmas lights, delicious snacks, the many things you were given, that floaty sensation.
In the Tokyo sky they flew through together. I love you, Mamiya. The goodbye at the sea that tilted the scales.
The invisible Mamiya that Keito talks about.
Thanks for hugging me back there.
That would be me.
He's been with me ever since I was born. He's my Mamiya. Arisugawa Osamu realized something. He thought about and pondered Mamiya more than anyone else in the world, and he found the answer. The original of the Mamiya that the four of them had was created by Suou Keito. He had to die.
The series of thoughts there. Wow. He's the original of the Mamiya that we all had. He's gotta die. Yep, gotta die.
Oh, is that it? To keep Mamiya a shared illusion, Mamiya's source had to remain unknown.
Ah.
Otherwise, Mamiya the shared illusion wouldn't spread, continue, or exist. This was a mission. It was his mission as an author to protect the work he'd written.
Non-fiction authors protecting the integrity of their work at gunpoint.
Protecting the integrity of their... Wait, fiction author protecting the integrity of their fiction by ensuring anything that would resemble real events gets killed first.
Oh, hey, that kind of reminds me of this one book. You sure about that, kid?
Mamiya is a shared illusion. Mamiya isn't yours. Suou slightly opened his eyes and mouth, barely continuing to breathe. But then Arisugawa brought the cigarette he was smoking to Suou's mouth. Take a deep breath. Here. Unable to handle it, he spat the cigarette out as his eyes welled up with tears. Seemingly satisfied, Osamu crushed the cigarette on the concrete and stood up. Why would you... Someone who had Mamiya... Imagine an establishment you just happened to walk into. You don't expect much from it, but the food you get is really good. Doesn't that just make you want to share it with others? Huh? I had spent the last few years thinking about how to write Mamiya, and eventually came to a conclusion. Mamiya's gotta be something that happens to be there. That's exactly what Mamiya is. I, or rather we, got a gift we didn't know who to return to, and spent a long time thinking about what to do with it. Finding out where it's gotta go is no good. And yet you went and said that you're where Mamiya belongs. The shared illusion won't be completed like this. That's why you gotta be eliminated. What? No hard feelings. But this will turn the Mamiya who saved us into a shared illusion again. Suddenly, Suou's phone rang. Now, of all times...
That's what you get for putting my comfort character through that.
Want to try asking your friend for help? Arisugawa chuckled as he opened the door. The phone, the display read, Samejima Satoru. Hello?
Oh, dicks. You're not Keito.
The sound quality wasn't clear enough to be certain, but Osamu was more than familiar with the voice and tone he heard from the other end of the line. ED. He couldn't even hear him breathe, and yet in but a moment, Osamu could feel the person on the other side harden like a stone.
Arisugawa, what happened to Keito?
First, answer me this. Osamu's tone left no room for argument. Arisugawa knew that Samejima Satoru had a weakness for him. Who's more important to you, Suou or Mamiya?
And we saw this phone conversation from
The other side.
the other side in the last route. Mamiya. Shouldn't that be obvious?
Yeah, I suppose it is. So that's how much this man means to him, huh? Osamu thought. Samejima might have sensed the original Mamiya on him. Come to the place I sent over right now, and don't tell anyone about this. Feeling dreary, he ended the call.
Hello? Keito, you're...
Upon seeing the youth, all covered in bruises and unconscious, the usually poker-faced man panicked.
What do you have against him?
The sheer gall to even ask that. Aren't you the one who secretly told him about Mamiya?
MAMIYA? You know the relationship between him and Kikuchi Ryo?
Huh? No, Ryo's got nothing to do with... What are you talking about? I feel like we never really had a proper conversation in 1999.
Funny that.
Looks like in 2003 we'll have to face each other and talk.
And then they do. And good, all this stuff happens again. Hello, Tiny Ryo.
Good times.
Anyway, Arasugawa protecting his intellectual property at gunpoint.
The big mouse says hello.
Oh man, Keito, the original creator of MAMIYA, taking him out of the picture like Walt Disney takes the original animator of Steamboat Willie out of the picture. I'm just making jokes over this because that was not pleasant to revisit, was it?
And that's what happened in 2003. All the mistakes that led to you dying. At that moment, the entirety of the scenery fell far behind as a silence enveloped the world. The very landscape seemed to tremble. The scenery blended with itself. Only Tokyo Tower stayed unmoving. Something unidentifiable flowed from his stomach. He couldn't see his body well. The merry-go-round kept spinning and accelerating to the point where it felt like it could fall apart at any second. Did you enjoy your childish fantasy playtime? So you loved a useless, shapeless, invisible illusion. Did that help you deal with a reality that doesn't go the way you want? How about you stop? I'm not trying to be mean here. Why do you think I showed you this? Think for a moment. This is a tragedy that won't happen if you simply give up on and forget about Mamiya. You're not a child anymore, you know? The flow lines became lights, gave birth to chaos, and pulverized the minds of men. Grow up already. Next thing Keito knew, he was left alone in front of the merry-go-round. Under the veil of night, the sparkles of the amusement park were vainly turning behind him. I died in 2003. Well, shit.
That feeling when you die in 2003. If anyone else who died in 2003, let me know in the comments. Have you too died in 2003?
I got better.
You might be liable for compensation. I think we're going to call that a sode. Interesting. I feel like learning Keito, Keito is indeed the source of the illusion Mamiya that would then go on to the Pink House people. Both make sense and raises so many more questions.
Yeah, because how?
Because, okay, that explains who Mamiya Yumehisa is, the original person that, talked to Keito, I guess, but when he was very young, and gave him that original idea. But then, how did that Mamiya become the Mamiya for those people when Keito was 5 and not writing a book? Right? I guess maybe that explains Mamiya's funeral, right? Maybe Mamiya Yumehisa does die in 1999, maybe. But, man, I'm beginning to think I'm getting more questions than answers here. We'll see you all next time, folks. Bye.
Peace.
like, comment, and subscribe.